Hi there, and welcome to the channel. I'm Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. Today we're going to see how to create a sticky background mask with Divi. So grab your favorite beverage, and let's jump right in. Alright, so the very first thing we want to do as we come in here is we want to create a page so that we can go and do this. Okay, so let's just call this a sticky background mask. Nice creative name. All right, we want to use the Divi builder for this. Okay, once that opens, I'm just going to build this from scratch. Okay, so the first thing they are doing there, we want to jump in and change some settings. So we want to add in a background, and we want to put in an image. So I want to put in this image. Okay, we want to make sure this image is a cover size. Once that's done, let's jump over to the spacing. And we want to make sure there's padding 0 at the top and 0 at the bottom. Alright, so that removes any other spacing around there. Then we also want to make sure that we go and set the horizontal overflow to hidden and the default, the vertical to hidden. Alright, so we don't want to show anything over. We don't want to get those lines where it says scroll to the right, scroll to the left. We don't want any of that. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to add the row. Alright, so we add the row and we go to the settings of the row. Okay, the settings, we want to make sure it is 100% width, and we also want to make sure that the maximum width is 100%. Okay, so those two, we shoot over to 100, and then same thing as the section, we want to make sure padding 0 and padding 0. Okay, excuse me. Then we want to jump over to the filters, and the filters, we want to make sure that this is set to screen. Okay, so that should be it for the row, other than advanced position. We just want to set the Z index to a 9. So this is going to come into play later. So if you see the Z index, what that basically does is you can control the element size on the Z axis. So elements with higher Z index values will sit atop elements with lower Z index values. So you'll see how this plays in later when we put in the mask. Alright, so then let's save that. And then we want to open up the column, if I can. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to open up the column settings. And in here, we want to give it a background of white. We want to jump into the custom CSS module elements, and in main element, we want to put your height is 100 VH. So we basically just want to stretch the element the entire screen, no matter what screen size you're viewing it on. All right. And then we can save that. Now what I want to do is add a text module to the screen. But we want to take this out because we want to leave it empty. Because instead what we're doing is we're using this module to create a shape that reveals part of the section background image. Okay, so we just want to make sure that that's there, and we change the background to 0B3835. 0B3835. Okay. So there you can see we're starting to get something. All right. And then we want to go to design, sizing, And in sizing, we want to make this width. We're going to do it different for mobile and desktop. But for desktop, we want to make sure it's 20 VW. And then when we jump into mobile and tablet, we want to make it 70 VW. So it'll be wider. All right, and then for height, so it's okay, yep. And for height, we want to do something similar, just VH 30. And then for tablet, we want to do 10 VH. Okay. Let's see, did that go in? Height 30. No. Okay, so 10 VH. There we go. All right. Once that's done, let's do a little bit of spacing on this one as well. So we want to do a top margin of 3 VH. Okay, so just pushes it down a little bit. And then we also want to change the border. Let's make the corners about 15 all around. So it gives it a nice round look over there. And then, yep, we can save that. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to add in another row, if we can. Okay, and then the settings for this row, same thing. We'll jump in sizing 100% and max width 100%. Okay, now this one we want to sit on top of the other one. So if we go advanced, we go to position and we go down to the Z index. We'll put Z index 12 because we want this one to sit on top of the other one. Okay, now we want to add in a text module again. All right, and in this text module, let's put an actual heading. So I want an H2, and I want to make this a sticky text effect. All right, let's jump into the settings for this. Go H2. Let's make this Playfair display. We want to make it align to the center. We want to give it that same color as what we gave it earlier, ZB3835. And yeah. All right. Then for text size, we want to make this quite big. So 150 pixels. But if we go to tablet and phone, let's bring that down to 45. And then we want to make sure that our line height is 1.2, just in case there's any text wrapping. Okay, now that's done. Let's go for sizing. And sizing, we want to make sure the maximum width is 980. But pixels, not percentage. And we'll make sure our module alignment is to the center. And then if we go down, we just want to include a little bit of negative margining at the top here. Okay. Oh my, I can't even spell. sticky. All right, so once that's done, we now want to add in a button. The bottom here to say, see more. Okay, then we put the button over there. Come into design. We say we want this alignment in the center, of course. And then we go button, customize. Let's give it a orange. So let's make this 15. We make a back color white. Background color. Let's make black. Border width 0. And okay, let's give it a border radius though. Let's see, 100 pixels. Okay. If we move down, we start looking at the button font. Let's choose the Montserrat and make it semi-bold. And let's make it uppercase. Okay, then we want to jump into spacing. And spacing, we want to make the bottom VH 60. Alright, so it gives you that nice spacing over there. Top padding, we want to make 15. So bottom padding, we want to do the same. And then left and right, we want to do 40. Okay. Yep, that's looking decent. Alright. Now let's jump into applying the sticky effects. So let's go back to row number 1. That's where the fun starts. Right. In row number 1, we want to jump into the advanced. And you want to go to position and then say position, no, not position. Down for the more scroll effects. And in scroll effects, you want to say stick to top. The offset you can leave as is, but the sticky limit, let's change that to section. Alright, so once that's section, then offset from sticky surrounding, yes, and transition, yes. Okay, then we save that. Now we go to the row that has been sticky, and we come to the text module settings, and we jump into design. And in design now, if we go to the text, if we go to sizing, in width, okay, so in width, for some reason mine is not showing here, but you have the different icons that you can click on. We were looking to get to the one that you can change your sticky elements. Okay, so once you have that, you see a sticky element and width. We want to make that 80 VW. All right, and then height, same thing. So there's the icons that you're supposed to be seeing. All right, so icon, and then height is 90 VH. Okay. And now all that is left to do is go to advanced and transitions and change those to 500 milliseconds. And then that should be it. If we go, we save that. And we exit the visual builder. We have it here. If we scroll down, there you go. We have the transition effect happening. So we come back up, it goes back up, go back down, there it shows. Quite cool. Alright, so that's how you can easily create a sticky background mask with Divi. I hope this tutorial will be useful for you, and if it is or has been, please do hit that like button to let me know. I am planning to post more Divi tutorials as I learn more about Divi, so please do hit that subscribe button to ensure that you will not lose out. Your feedback is valuable, so please do leave a comment below with any questions or suggestions for future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.